Hey everybody, Sweet Beats here with Sweet Beats Tech Stop. Got a little project update. This is it's upside down, but it's a Digitech RDS 1900. This is a mono delay effects processor with chorus properties. It has some pretty unique features to it. You can make some pretty crazy sounds with it. It has a repeat hold, so you can basically sample and hold up to 1900 milliseconds on this one. There were models in the range that had longer delay time, shorter delay time, but there were a series of these, and they're pretty cheap on the market and have kind of a unique sound. So it lives in the rack here, and I was finally getting it hooked up after getting it some time ago. I remembered that the power transformer hummed, and I thought, yeah, that won't be so bad when it goes in the rack. Well, I got it in the rack, I get everything powered up, and it just makes the whole rack hum. And so I started looking for solutions to replace the main transformer, and the problem is it's a single primary, dual secondaries. There's a 30 volt secondary pair with a center tap and a 10 volt secondary pair. So trying to find a replacement transformer that would fit inside the one rack unit chassis, that proved to be impossible. And then I thought, well, okay, I will just put two separate transformers in there. I'll find a 30 volt transformer and a 10 volt transformer. Also couldn't find anything that would fit in the case. So what I ended up doing, and I'm sharing this here in case you have a RDS, Digitech RDS, vintage RDS model. I actually found a cheap triple output switching power supply on eBay for like $7 plus shipping, and the shipping was cheap. And I'll put the make and model number in the description. I'll put a link to the current listing because I think it's still live. They have multiples for sale. So I'll put the link in there, and available as of. So years down the road, probably won't be able to get to it, but at least this will give you an idea. But I found this thing, and it actually fits in the case. So this just became one of those projects of mine that just kept wormholing. The reason that it's upside down is because that's how you access the guts. The bottom panel is what comes off. So what I ended up doing, so there it is. It puts out high quality, clean power. It's got plenty of oomph, and it's, you can see that it's compact in size. Originally, that main power transformer mounted here. There was a 2-wire power cord. So I replaced the power cord with a properly grounded cord and bonded that to the chassis with a good quality binding post. This is the original power plug from the main transformer, and then of course there was a set of regulated linear supplies mounted to the main board in here. So that's what I'm saying. This just became one of those projects that just kept going. So had to analyze the board because there aren't good tech docs available online, at least not that I could find, with board layouts, parts lists, and relevant schematics. So I had to figure out what parts were power supply related, strip those off, install some jumpers, and strategize how best to do that, and then repurpose this connector with some wires I had on hand. The power supply came with a 6-pin header on it, 3.81 millimeter pitch. I removed that and got this Phoenix type connector off of Amazon, so I could screw my wires in here and then solder the corresponding connector onto the power supply. power supply came with the input pigtail, so I just modified that and you know, interface that with the existing power switch and neutral line from the power cord, so that plugs in and unplugs. This plugs in and unplugs. It's a plus minus 12 volt and plus 5 volt supply is what you're looking for. So anyway, on the output side, we've got our 0 volt reference, 5 volt, plus 12, minus 12, and then there are 2 terminals on the output of the power supply for 0 volt. So I took the other one and ran a line and bonded that to the chassis, so we're all set there. And it works, it fits, it works great, it's quiet. Of course, once I got into this, decided to recap it. Haven't done the main board. I finished the RAM board back here, because it's a little bit, there's some noise, but I think it's DC noise. I think the filter caps aren't healthy. So I'm going to recap it and see where we're at. Interestingly enough, the design doesn't have coupling caps on the outputs of the op amps. So I may have to do something there. That may be part of it. I haven't measured the offset yet at the outputs of the audio amplifier stages. But anyway, I think that's about it. Again, interesting box. You can do a lot of really interesting sounds with it. If you're into just making weird sounds, or you're into dub style music, for instance, it is a digital delay, but what I've read online and based on some quick analysis of the circuit board without schematics, it does look like the signal remains analog for the delay rate part. So it's not as digitally sounding as a digital delay might sound. It's got more of an analog character to it. So anyway, just thought I would put this up there in case you've got one of these family of Digitech vintage delay boxes and the power supply main transformer hums really badly. This is one kind of complicated solution, but it works. Thanks for watching. If you're not a subscriber and you like this kind of stuff, I encourage you to subscribe. I'll keep putting this stuff up, and I'd like to answer questions if you want to ask me questions. And to all of you who are subscribers, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate that. And thanks for watching.